understand rights and liabilities of registered trade unions, we need to understand the object on which general funds may be spent. The general funds of the registered trade union shall not be spent on any other objects than the following, namely, means under this particular trade union act, there are certain provisions which have been made for the fund generation and fund spending. The first and foremost, the payment of salaries or allowances and expenses to office bearers of the trade union, and second, the payment of expenses for the administration of trade union, including audits of the accounts of general funds of trade union, and then the prosecution or defense of any legal procedure to which trade union or any member thereof is a party when such prosecution or defense is undertaken for the purpose of securing or protecting any rights of the trade union as such, or any rights arising out of the relations of any member with his employer or with a person whom the member employ. If in case of any kind of cases which have been put under trade union for fighting for their own rights, then the kind of funds can be raised and fund can be used. Next, the conduct of trade union disputes on behalf of trade union or any member thereof. To understand the next part, the compensation of members for loss arising out of trade disputes. Allowances to members or their dependents on account of death, old age, sickness, accidents, or unemployment of such members. The issue of undertaking of liabilities under policies of assurance on the lives of members, or under policies ensuring members against sickness, accident, or unemployment. The provision of education, social, and religious benefits for the members. Then the upkeep of protocol published mainly purpose of discussing questions affecting employers or workmen as such. The payment for further is object to funds may be spent on contribution to the cause of intended to benefit workmen in general, provided that expenditure in respect of such contribution in the financial year shall not be at any point of time during that year be an excuse or one fourth of the combined total or gross income which has up to time accrued to general funds of trade union during the year of or balance credit of funds at the commencement of year, subject to any condition contained in the notification, any other object notified by 2 point, that is what, appropriate government in an official gazette. So now let us understand constitution of separate funds for political purpose. They may go for having a kind of a funds which are really required for political reasons. Okay, the payment and expense incurred either directly or indirectly by candidate or prospective candidate for election as a member of any legislative body constituted under this as Act 42 of 1960, the constitution or of any local authority before, during, after the election in connection with candidature or election, or the holding meeting of distribution of any literature document in support of such candidate or prospective candidate. It means what, any political agenda and the kind of documents which are related to that will be taken under this fund, and the fund can be used for this particular part. So let's understand enforceability of agreement. Notwithstanding anything contained in any other law for time being in force, An agreement between the members of registered trade union shall not be void or viable merely by reason that the fact any objects of agreement is restraint of trade union, provided the nothing in this section shall enable an civil court to the entertain any legal procedure or proceeding instituted for the express purpose of enforcing or recovering damages for breach of any agreement concerning the conditions on which any member of trade union shall not be shell of their goods, transact business, work and employ or employed. Rights to inspect books of trade union. What are the points which are covered under this particular point? The account of books of registered trade union or the list of members of thereof shall be open inspection by under Act number 38 of 1964 member of the trade union at such times as may be provided for the rules of trade union. Rights of minors to the membership of trade union. Any person who has attained the age of 15 years may be the member of registered trade union subject to any rules of trade union to the contrary or may subject as aforesaid enjoy all rights of the members and execute all instruments and give all acquaintances necessary to be executed or given under the rules. Disqualification of office bearer. Under section 21A, disqualification is been stated, wherein a person shall be disqualified for being chosen as or for being a member of executive or any other office bearer or registered trade union if he has not attained the age of 18 years. He has been convicted by the court in India of any offence involving moral turpitude and sentenced to the imprisonment unless a period of 5 years has elapsed since his release. Any member of executive or other office bearer of registered trade union who before commencement of Indian Trade Union, that is Amendment Act 1964, has been convicted of any offence involving moral turpitude and sentenced to imprisonment shall on the date of such commencement cease to be the member of office bearer unless a period of 5 years has elapsed since his release before the date.